Hey guys, it's Michelle again. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time viewing me, then hey, how you doing? So this is going to be sort of a part two to my videos about how to dress in my Transition 101 series. So in this video, I'm going to explain how to dress if you are just starting out your gender transition, or maybe you cross-dress, or maybe you're just interested, or maybe you just want some more advice on the subject. So, it took me, I made a video about this already. I didn't post it though because I wasn't sure if I had all the information that I really wanted to talk about. But after looking at some other videos that are similar to this, I realized that I was covering most of what I wanted to say, but there were some things that I forgot to mention that seemed really that were so obvious to me that they kind of slipped my mind. So, first and foremost, when you are dressing as a girl, you need to understand one of the most fundamental differences between dressing as a boy and dressing as a girl is that girls must dress for their body type. Boys pretty much throw on whatever they want. I mean, there are certain styles that some guys are going to work better than others, but for girls, it's completely based on your body type. And this is where dressing as a girl gets really, really frustrating, and it can be difficult, but have no fear. You'll soon get used to it. I mean, you're going to hate it the whole time. Nobody really likes searching for things that are going to flatter them. It'd be nice if all things that looked good on the rack also looked good on you, but it just takes practice and trial and error. So, there are all sorts of different types of body shapes, and to figure yours out, you need to take a tape measure and measure out a bunch of different dimensions on your body. You want to know your waist circumference, your hips, your bust, your shoulders. You want to know the length of your legs, the inner seam of your legs. You want to know the ratio between your upper body, the length of your upper body, and the length of your lower body. You want to know if there's all sorts of different measurements you need to take, and it'll just help you to better understand what shape you're dealing with. The reason why you need to know your body shape and why styles don't always look good on you and your body shape is that when you're dressing, you want to accentuate your assets and then sort of de-emphasize the parts of you that you might be self-conscious about or that aren't necessarily flattering for you. A big problem that a lot of trans women face is that their upper bodies are typically larger than their lower bodies. And so they get this sort of inverted triangle shape. Let me see if I can visualize this for you. So, upside down triangle, here's your shoulders, and it comes into your waist. So you don't really have that like va-va-voom hourglass figure that a lot of girls want. And here's the thing, you hear hourglass figure all the time in fashion and styling and all of that, and it is considered an ideal shape for women, but the thing about it is that only I think 8% of the population is actually hourglass shape. And so if you aren't an hourglass figure, or if you aren't the shape you want to be, don't worry about it, because girls come in all different shapes and sizes too. So that isn't really going to stop you from passing necessarily. But you do need to dress for your body type so that you can ultimately pass better and look more like a typical natural girl. So a few different body types that you might want to know about. There's the straight or rectangular shape, which is basically up and down. Your upper body like your shoulders are the same width as your hips, and there really isn't a whole lot of variation in your waist or your bust, so it's pretty up and down. There's the pear body shape, which is a smaller bust and maybe smaller shoulders, then it comes into your waist, and then your hips come out wider, so you get that like gourd, like pear shape. And not many transgender girls are going to naturally have that shape. I mean, it really just depends on how your body distributes fat. And, you know, it's a very feminine shape, so if you have that, rock that. There's the hourglass, which we talked about. Inverted triangle, where your upper body, you know, is wider and larger than your lower. I mean, there's all sorts of... There's diamond, there's oval, top hourglass, spoon, there's all sorts of different body shapes. So my advice to you is simply to measure yourself. Go online. There's tons of sites that are specifically dedicated to, helping you find your body shape. So just find a website, get your measurements, and pretty much, I mean, like, at that point you can just search for what clothes are going to flatter that body shape. So besides body shape, which I basically spent 6 minutes talking about, but it is very important, you also need to dress your age, and most importantly, you need to dress for your personality type. I would suggest observing women your age, like on the street or friends of yours, anyone whose look you really admire and who you like, and then take note of what they're wearing, and how they wear it, you know, what they wear on different occasions, you know, what are they going to wear in a formal event, what are they wearing casually. These are things that you want to pay attention to. Also, of course, you know, look at fashion magazines, and, you know, a lot of TV shows, people are dressed really fashionable and da-da-da-da-da. And not that you necessarily need to be like a fashionista or anything like that, but if you really want to like blend and pass, and especially if your goal is to be stealth, you need to look like a typical girl who's within your age range. If your personal style is very glamorous and glitzy or alternative and a little bit out there, you just keep in mind that if you are gonna stick out at all, it might draw attention to other parts of you that aren't so typical. And by that I mean, if you are a male trying to pass as female, and you want to wear 6-inch stilettos and a pink tube top out on a Thursday afternoon, people are going to take notice of you immediately. And then they might notice the more masculine characteristics of your body shape or your face. But if you pass 100%, then people will probably just think you're a streetwalker. I mean, more power to you if that's what you want, you know, that's how you want to dress. But just keep in mind that people will be looking at you, and they will definitely be judging and trying to pick you apart. That also goes for any alternative groups who, you know, goth, you know, the goth style, or if you're kind of punk, if you know you're gonna wear spikes, a lot of leather, anything that is not typical, not normal, and that you're gonna see all the time, people will take notice. So, you know, I have nothing against those styles, but just be aware that people are going to look at you, and if you aren't really passable already, that's going to fight you a little bit. But if you aren't concerned about that and you just want to dress the way you want to dress, then go for it. And if that's the case, then you don't really need to watch this video necessarily. Less is more. You do not need to wear super short things, super revealing things. A lot of girls, like, shorts today are like really, really short. But if it's not flattering on you, don't wear it. Not all girls are going to look good and all the same things. And again, that goes back to body shapes and personality. I mean, it all comes together when you are dressing. And ultimately, when you are trying to pass as a gender that you were not really born with, or a sex that you weren't born with, because gender is between the ears and sex is between the legs, as I keep hearing around YouTube and on forums and stuff. But so yeah, if you're a male trying to pass as female, you what was I like I lost my point. I'm sorry. I always get sidetracked, and I get better at bringing myself back, but sometimes I just lose it. Yeah, point is, if you want to pass as the opposite gender, you need to look the part, dress the part, accentuate your assets, like I said. If you have really nice legs, wear things that are going to show those off. Wear skirts and dresses, not necessarily skanky ones, but anything that's going to show off your legs. If you really like your arms, I'm not particularly fond of my arms or my shoulders, but, I'm not afraid to show them off necessarily. Then show those off. If you really like your neck, then keep your hair short or pull it back, or it's just know your strengths and your weaknesses so you can work them. And that's with all parts of transition pretty much. Other than that, try and think of any other pointers that I might want to give you. I like how undergarments is probably going to be a longer video than this one is, but we'll see. I always find something to talk about. Yeah, be yourself, dress your body type and your age, and passability is key. I found my point. I came back. I found it. When you are dressing the opposite sex, when you're trying to pass as that, you need to, it's all about passability. It's all about your ability to portray your female self. And that means masking over certain parts of you that are going to get you clocked, that people are going to notice, that you don't, and give you attention that you're not really looking for. That doesn't mean be ashamed of your body. It just means know how to work it. Because all girls are insecure about something or don't want to show something off, so they bring attention to the parts they do like, so it detracts from the parts they don't like. I'm sorry if this wasn't as in depth or as specific as some people would have liked. If you have any questions about specific clothing styles or questions about your body type, I can certainly help. Just leave questions in the comments below or send me a private message. I'd be happy to help you. Anyway, that's my video on dressing. I hope you guys are doing really well in your transition, or you're finding my videos helpful. I'd love your guys' feedback. Be sure to comment and like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. All right, okay. Bye.